Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This video is about countable and uncountable noun. Noun phrase is a group of words that ends with a noun. It can contain determiners, the, this, etc., adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. It cannot begin with a proposition. Count and non-count nouns. A count noun is one that can be counted, such as a book. You can say one book, two books, etc. Student, you can say one student, two students, three students, etc. Or person, you can say one person, two persons, three persons, etc. A non-count noun is one that cannot be counted, such as milk. You cannot say one milk, two milks, etc. But glass of milk, two glasses of milk, three glasses of milk, etc. Some determiners can be used only with count or non-count nouns, while others can be used with either. In bahasa, beberapa determiners bisa digunakan baik untuk benda yang bisa dihitung maupun tidak bisa dihitung. Okay, now we go to to the following chart. Please you memorize the following chart. You can see determiner with count nouns and with non-count nouns. With count nouns, you can use the, some, any. And with non-count nouns, you can use the, some, any, but not a. And with count nouns, you can use this, that, this, and those. With non-count nouns, you can use this and that. In this case, in non-count nouns, it's considered as one. Atau untuk benda yang tidak bisa dihitung itu dianggap tunggal. Tidak ada jamak atau tidak ada plural. And with count nouns, you can use none, one, two, three. But you cannot use nominal for non-count nouns. And with count nouns, you can use many, a lot of, large number of, a great number of, a few, or few, fewer than, more than. With non-count nouns, you use much. It's usually in negatives or questions. A lot of, a large amount of, a little or little, less than, more than. And memorize the following irregular count nouns. Person for singular and people for plural. And food for singular, feet for plural. Child for singular, children for plural. Mouse for singular, mice for plural. Tooth for singular and teeth for plural. And memorize the following irregular count nouns, such as sand, food, information, air, mathematics, money, news, soap, economics, meat, politics, measles, moms, physics, advertising, and homework. Please pay attention to the note. Although advertising is a non-count noun, advertisement is a count noun. For example, there are too many advertisements during television shows. So in this case, advertisements is considered as count noun. Now we go to the word time. The word time can be either countable or non-countable, depending on the context. When it means occasion, it is countable. When it means a number of hours, days, years, etc., it is non-countable. For instance, we have spent too much time on this homework. In this case, time is considered as non-count. While she has been late for class 6 times this semester. In this case, times considered as count. To decide if a noun that you are not sure of is countable or non-countable, decide if you can say one or a. For example, you can say one book, so it is a count noun. You can say one money, so it is not a count noun. Also, of course, by the very nature of non-count nouns, non-count nouns can never be plural. Remember that while some of the nouns in the list of non-count nouns appear to be plural because they end in s, they are actually not plural. Now we go to the article a and an. A and an can precede only singular count nouns. They mean one. They can be used in a general statement, a baseball is round, or to introduce a subject which has not been previously mentioned. For example, I saw a boy in the street. An is used before words that begin with a vowel sound. A is used before words that begin with a consonant sound. Some words can be confusing because the spelling does indicate the pronunciation. For example, they use a used in a book, and used such as in an apple. The following words begin with a vowel sound and thus must always be preceded by a house, a uniform. Even though a house, a uniform. Even though you here is a vowel, but it sounds consonant. Home, university, heavy, universal, half, union. Or if you use a house, a uniform, a home, a university, a heavy, a universal, a half, a union. And now we go to the following words begin with a vowel sound and thus must always be preceded by an. An uncle, an umbrella, an hour. Even though hour using H is a consonant letter, but It sounds like a vowel, so we use an here. An uncle, an umbrella, an hour, an air. The is used to indicate something that we already know about. For example, the boy in the corner is my friend, or something that is common knowledge. For example, the earth is round. Normally, plural count nouns are not preceded by the. I'd like to explain you about the um, about everything within a certain class are not preceded by the. For instance, oranges are green until they ripen. It means all oranges. Athletes should follow a well-balanced diet. It means all athletes. And normally, a proper noun is not preceded by an article unless there are several people or things with the same name and the speaker is specifying one of them. There are 3 Susan Parkers in the telephone directory. If you mention the 3 Susan Parkers, there are 3 Susan Parkers in the telephone directory. 3 Susan Parkers is several people or things with the same name. You can say 3 Susan Parkers, or the Susan Parkers. The Susan Parker that I know lives in a First Avenue. Normally, words such as breakfast, lunch, dinner, school, church, home, and college do not use any article unless to restrict the meaning. We ate breakfast at 8 o'clock this morning. We went to school yesterday. Okay, now take a look at this table. Remember the use of article. Use the with ocean, rivers, seas, gulfs, plural, lakes. For instance, the Red Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, the Persian Gulf, the Great Lakes, and mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the Andes, earth, moon, the earth, the moon. You can use also for schools, colleges, universities, when the phrase begins with a school, etc. The University of Florida, the College of Arts and Sciences, and ordinal numbers before nouns, the First World War, the second chapter, wars, except world wars. Okay, don't use the with singular lakes. Lake Geneva, Lake Erie, and mounts, Mount McKinley, Mount Vesuvius, and planets, constellations like Venus, Mars, Orion, and schools, colleges, universities when the phrase begins with a proper noun such as Santa Fe Community College, Cooper's Art School, Surabaya State University, and cardinal numbers of the nouns such as World War I, Chapter 2. And use the with countries with more than one word except Great Britain, the University States, the Central African, the United States, the Central African Republic, and don't use the with countries with one word such as China, Venezuela, France, and continents like Europe, Africa, South America, and states like Florida, Ohio, California. And use the with historical documents like the Constitution, the Magna Carta, And ethnic groups such as the Indians, the Aztecs, don't use the with sports like baseball, basketball. No for the basketball. Yeah, it's wrong. And abstract nouns, freedom, happiness, general areas of subject matters like mathematics, sociology, sociolinguistics, and holidays like Eid al-Fitr, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Okay, that's all. That's all. This video. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.